In the heart of ancient Israel, during the reign of King Solomon, a young man named Jeroboam rose from humble beginnings to challenge the very foundations of the kingdom. Born into the tribe of Ephraim, Jeroboam was destined for a life of labor, overseeing the construction of grand projects under Solomon's rule. Yet within him burned a vision of something greater, a vision that would lead to the fracture of a united Israel. Jeroboam's journey began when he was appointed by Solomon to oversee the labor force tasked with building the massive projects of the kingdom, the temple, fortifications, and other ambitious structures. Known for his keen intellect and strategic mind, Jeroboam quickly distinguished himself. His leadership caught the attention of Ahijah the prophet, who, one day while wearing a new cloak, met Jeroboam on the road. "Take hold of my cloak," Ahijah instructed, ripping it into 12 pieces. "The Lord, the God of Israel, says, 'See, I am going to tear the kingdom out of Solomon's hand and give you 10 tribes. The prophecy was clear. Solomon's reign had become corrupt, marked by excessive taxation, forced labor, and a departure from the ways of the Lord. As a result, the kingdom was destined to be divided, and Jeroboam would lead the northern tribes in rebellion. When Solomon heard of Jeroboam's growing influence and the prophecy concerning the division of Israel, he sought to have him killed. But Jeroboam fled to Egypt, seeking refuge with Pharaoh Shishak until Solomon's death. Upon Solomon's passing, his son Rehoboam ascended the throne, inheriting a kingdom rife with tension. The northern tribes, burdened by heavy taxation and oppression, sent representatives to the young king, pleading for relief. Rehoboam, advised by both elders and young counselors, chose a path of harshness, following the advice of the latter. "My father made your yoke heavy," he declared, "but I will make it even heavier. My father scourged you with whips. I will scourge you with scorpions." This decision set the stage for rebellion. The northern tribes, led by Jeroboam, rejected Rehoboam's rule. Only the tribe of Judah and Benjamin remained loyal to the Davidic dynasty. Thus, the united kingdom of Israel was shattered, and Jeroboam became the king of the northern tribes, with the city of Shechem as his capital. Jeroboam's reign began with promises of freedom and prosperity, but it was not long before he faced a grave dilemma. To maintain control over his kingdom, Jeroboam feared that his people would return to Jerusalem to worship at the temple, thereby strengthening their loyalty to the Davidic line. This fear drove him to create a new religion, one designed to unite the northern tribes while keeping them under his influence. With cunning, Jeroboam set up 2 golden calves, one in Bethel and one in Dan, proclaiming them to be the gods who had brought Israel out of Egypt. "It is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem," he declared. "Here are your gods, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt." This act was a betrayal of the covenant between Israel and the Lord, and it set a course for spiritual corruption and idolatry. The kingdom of Israel under Jeroboam was marked by idolatry, political instability, and rebellion. Prophets, such as Ahijah and later Elijah, warned him repeatedly to turn back to God, but Jeroboam's heart remained hardened. His reign became one of manipulation and deceit, driven by fear of losing power rather than a desire for righteousness. In the end, Jeroboam's dynasty was destined for destruction. His son Nadab succeeded him but ruled for only 2 years before being assassinated. His line came to an end, and the northern kingdom became increasingly divided and vulnerable to foreign invasion. Jeroboam's story is a stark warning of the dangers of pride, fear, and the pursuit of power at the expense of faithfulness to God. His reign, though influential in shaping the history of Israel, left a legacy of spiritual decline and the fractured unity of God's chosen people.